On a day honoring Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s call for justice, we are remembering how that call echoed loudly right here in Oklahoma.
KOCO's Megan Mosley spoke to the men and women who refused to stand for segregation.
We didn't have a lot of fear at that time.
They were just children and teens when they challenged segregation.
I was one of the youngest ones. I was 7 and my sister was 5.
When I found out a dog could go anywhere, but I'm a black guy and I can't go to a lot of places.
And long before integration became law, it started as an act of courage, carried out by students, inspired by Dr. King's message and guided by Clara Luper.
What I remember the most is the fact that she would always tell us that we're going to make a difference.
Being a part of the NAACP, I wasn't an academic student of Ms. Luper's, but I was a life student of Ms. Luper because she changed me in a very good way.
And among those students, Clara's daughter, Marilyn.
How did Dr. King's message align with Mother Luper's?
Very similar. If you understand the civil rights movement here in Oklahoma City, Mom had read a play, Brother President, that her students produced at Dungey High School. And the play was about Martin Luther King and the Montgomery bus boycott.
Those same students would later travel to New York City to perform the play at a national NAACP rally.
Going through the North, we had a chance to go into a restaurant and sit down and drink a Coke and eat a hamburger during that time, and that's unheard of. We as black people did not have that opportunity here in Oklahoma City.
That's because Jim Crow laws drew hard lines in the South.
Everything was colored this and colored that.
But up north, those lines began to blur. So what started as a performance soon became a practice, and the lessons on stage later played out at lunch counters across Oklahoma City.
You wear a lot of hats in them days. One of the roles was just being a participant Saturday mornings, taking that walk from the church to downtown.
We would go down to Cat's drugstore and sit there until we served it.
We would sing, we would pray, and the encouragement that we were somebody. And that's the thing that kept in my mind. We are somebody, and we'll march on downtown to Cat's. People always ask the question, were you afraid when you went on for the first sit-in? And my response has always been, it's almost like going into war. The soldiers are prepared for that. And we went through what I call a boot camp.
When you start talking about what impact it had on my life, it was the foundation for my life. Didn't understand it then, but understood later. So I can truly say being a part of the sit-in movement under her leadership made me the person I am today.
The fight never ended. We sat down at Cat's for 3 or 4 days.
They sat in silence at Cat's and later stood shoulder to shoulder as Dr. King shared a dream they already believed in.
If it had not been my involvement in the Youth Council, I wouldn't have heard Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. deliver his I Have a Dream speech, August 28, 1963.
To make real the promises of democracy.
The March on Washington, I've heard different people speak on their experiences and what brought them to the realization that, we were in trouble. The March on Washington did that for me. We were all together. We were all on one accord. We all had one purpose.
One movement, one message, one dream.
If we had not sat down here in Oklahoma City, people from across the nation would never stood up.
Megan Mosley, KOCO 5 News.